Let's talk about the statistical software that we'll be using this semester. We'll conduct analysis using the R programming language. We'll interact with that language using the RStudio user interface. This is what RStudio looks like on my computer. You'll see that it has several panes. At the bottom left is what's called the console. Here we can see the version of R that we're running, and we can type commands, like 1 + 1. Oh, that's 2. In the top left, I have my R script. This is where I can type lines of code in an order so that my result is reproducible. They can be run again in that same order. I can save that script on a place in my computer. So for instance, 1 + 1, I've got my cursor in that line. I can hit Command Enter, and I get 2. This script here is saved in my Dropbox folder in an examples subfolder. I'm going to call that my working directory. That's where I would store data that I'm going to read into R, and it's where I would store figures that I spit back out of R. If I want to set my working directory, one easy way to do that is to go to Session, Set Working Directory, to Source File Location. If you find that you are working in R and R is having trouble finding the data set that you know exists on your computer, you want to make sure that the working directory you've set is the same as the place on your computer where that data file is located. In this case, that sequence of clicks ran this line of code: set wd, and then the directory where my data would be stored. Two other aspects of the RStudio layout. Over here we have an output pane where we have things like plots that we might produce from our code. And up here we have an environment pane. So if I create a new variable x and I store the value 1 in it, then I now see that x is an object in my global environment. So that's a quick intro to RStudio.